What's up, ladies and gents? This message is dedicated to my people out there in relationships. Okay, if things are copacetic your way, kudos. That is amazing. But reality is, everybody goes through those phases, especially when you've been with the person for a long time, where you may bump heads, or that person may get on your nerves, or you might have an argument or disagreement and not see eye to eye. It's just human nature. But sometimes, depending on your personality, it's petty season. You wanna give back. You're like, I'm gonna show you. But the Bible says, do not let the sun go down on your wrath, which basically means not to go to bed angry. And I'm not ashamed to say that I've done that before. That grudge, when it's time to go to bed, you're just like, you know what? I don't want to say anything to you. I'm going to sleep on a couch. Or I don't want to deal with this. Like, whatever. Like, we'll deal with this another time. But sometimes you just got to hug it out. I feel like ultimately most people just need more hugs. Like, if we were to stop ourselves in the middle of an argument and hug one another, just think about how much easier it would be to have conversations, how much easier it would be to deal with conflict, how much easier it would be to see things from other people's perspective, because you grasp them literally and physically, and you know that you all are just having words, and at the end of the day, it doesn't stop you from loving them, and it doesn't stop them from loving you. I feel like that is key to keep in mind, because when you're in the heat of the moment and you're beefing with your partner, sometimes it's just about the battle of the egos, and you just want to be right. They just want to be right. I have a awareness about myself where I know I have my moments where it's like, no you want to get the last word or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's like, is it really worth it? You drain your energy on something that is really minute on the grand scheme of things, and it doesn't make you feel any better. Like, being right, does it really make you feel better? Being right, does it really, get you sleep at night? It really doesn't. If it's gonna cost you your energy and your time and your attitude, it's really not worth it. And I'm not saying that you should be the most agreeable person, because that's not realistic. But I'm saying that sometimes it's just better to just diffuse things and agree to disagree. And I feel like when it comes to connections and relationships specifically, it's just good to keep the reason for the relationship in the front of your mind. And that's because you love each other. That's because you care about each other. And on the grand scheme of things, that's what matters the most. When you're having arguments or disagreements, I feel like it's good to go back and return to that thought and realize you're not battling each other. You're battling the problem. You're searching for a solution, because it can be easy to forget that, especially if you're dealing with something that's very challenging. You can feel like you're battling your partner instead of searching for a solution. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on this, when it comes to conflict and conflict resolution and arguments and disagreements. And I know somebody's probably going to say something about my seatbelt, but, I just us all the time, and they're just hip to it, and they're like, all right, you know what? I'm not buying it this time. We're gonna argue, but 9 times out of 10, you know, that makes a difference. The person just wants to know that you care about them and that they matter. So try this try this approach, and let me know. Do you have any approaches yourself on how you deal with conflicts or conflict resolution in your relationship? I would love to hear. All right. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.